Thanks for coming today. Appreciate it. We're really looking forward to getting into conference play as we start out the Mid-American Conference this week. It's a lot of things going on around our campus this weekend. It's homecoming, so we have a lot of alumni coming back to campus. Some could be for the very first time to see a game in InfoCision Stadium in Suma Field. We're thrilled about that opportunity. We're honoring the 2005 MAC championship this weekend. There's a reunion with that. Andy Allman's in charge of that reunion. And they'll be honoring them at the end of the first quarter and having some festivities surrounding that team. Our men's and women's soccer team, we're going to have a doubleheader on Friday evening with the men playing Florida Atlantic and the women playing Ball State following that as we go through. So we're thrilled to get into this game, and I know our players are looking forward to getting into conference. We feel like we've learned a lot about ourselves from the non-conference, and we certainly know that Northern Illinois is a formidable opponent, picked to win the West, coming off a win over a Big Ten team. Certainly well coached, well prepared, physical. A lot of pressure in my household with this game, my wife being a Northern Illinois graduate and having over 1,000 points and 500 assists in her career, and playing on the best team they've had in women's basketball history there. So our team needs to play well for that reason. Okay. With that being said, I'll take your questions.
Are you, I don't know if it's the right word, are you more comfortable with the schedule now than you had before with the BCS and then you got conference?
You know, no, I guess I can't say I'm more comfortable with it. You know, as I said before, we don't find any consolation in playing a BCS team better this week than we did, say, the week before, and not coming up, you know, not being successful in it. So we know that where everybody's 0-0, and it's starting fresh. That we do know. So from there, we just want to move forward with the conference.
Is that, well, you just kind of answered what I was going to ask, but, you know, now you've gone through these 4 games, is it like, hey, we're starting over again? I mean, obviously you're building on the things that you did well last week and all that, but you're emphasizing this week that it's kind of the second season or whatever. This is, all the goals you want are still in front of you?
Still in front of us, but we're focused on the process of getting better. We're always going to be focused on the process of getting better. You know, if we'd won that game Saturday by 15, we'd be focused. We would have came in here yesterday focused on the process of, okay, what can we do better in the game? And so we're still focused on the process of improving with our team. But as you start conference play, everybody's equal. You know, Toledo's got to jump on everybody right now. They played 2 conference games. They've won both. They've done a great job. But we have 8 games in our league, and we're thrilled to be getting into conference when now, you know, they all count the same, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Rob, how much did you have to scale back, if any, last week against Indiana on the offensive side to try and get that execution correctly and some of the other things?
Well, it's been an ongoing process of that. So I wouldn't say we just scaled back for that game. Once we got finished with Syracuse, we looked at our team, what can we execute, what can we do, and it has been a process every week of just kind of zeroing in on the things we feel like we can do well and improving on those, and as we did something well, maybe we add something, maybe we take something out and go through that process. I feel like in the Indiana game, it was a culmination of a 4-week process of trying to improve on the offensive side of the ball.
Is it also not advantageous, but I would say encouraging that you've only had 2 turnovers within the first 4 games? So, you know, on a basketball term, you think of value every possession.
Knock on wood. You guys look over there. I mean, that's the #1 thing on the list. So. We've done a very good job with taking care of the football on offense. And we have a prime example that we can look at when we didn't take care of the ball and what it cost us. Right. So we got to keep doing that. On the other side, we have to get more turnovers. We're not nearly getting enough of those because we were pushed last week, right? They didn't turn it over. They did a great job taking care of it. We didn't take it away, and we didn't take it away. So we need to continue to be an offensive group that when they run the ball, we take care of the ball. When we throw it, we take care of the ball, and that'll help us.
What concerns you about Northern then most?
Well, you know, they're in the third year of Jerry's program. You can tell that when you watch them play. They have 7 seniors on defense, and they fly around to the ball. They play, you know, with incredible effort. They're physical, and you can tell that when they practice, they run the ball and stop the run. You can see that by how they play. So on defense, they really are. They do a really good job. It's impressive that all those shirts to the ball and how physical they are. On offense, you know, they have 2 terrific weapons to run the football with. Not only their tailback and Span, but their quarterback. And they are committed to running the football. And they are leading our conference with 245 yards a game. Span is leading our conference as the leading rusher. I mean, so we're going to have to buckle our chin straps up this week and be ready to stop the run, and in turn not give up something in the pass.
That's been your strength, the run against the run.
We have done better against the run than we have in pass at times. But to play a team like this that's so committed to the run, you're going to have to do that much better.
I know you had Igor come in and kick off during the second half. Is that a permanent change, or just something you decided to do during the second half?
Our kickoff person is an open competition this week to see who's going to be able to do that, because that was a disappointment in our game. You know, now I will say this: even though the first kickoff didn't go where we wanted it to, and they had a long return, we as a coverage unit could have helped that. So that doesn't always all fall on the kicker.
Sure.
Doesn't all fall on the kickers missing it in the middle, because we certainly still could have covered that kick and prevented it from being such a long return. But we were trying to do that return, then put us in a situation to try to kick some lobs, which then obviously didn't work out quite the way we'd hoped.
Now, Northern called for that fair catch in the kickoff, then took off with it. I know you were down there talking to the officials. Is that something they picked up, or did you tell them, remind them?
Indiana?
Yeah.
Indiana did. Well, I think they had that, but if they needed some help with that, I was there ready and able to assist.
I noticed that.
They didn't call that?
They actually did call it, but it's not a penalty. It's a you know, point of the. They said they were on it, and they ended up getting it called. So I would think they were on it.
Was it because the kid who called for it, the other kid caught it?
Exactly right. That was the confusion. But
right.
It's still a violation, a penalty, or it goes back to the spot of where the ball was caught. Right. Is what it was. There's no penalty from the spot. It just goes back to where it was caught.
Do the drop passes bother you, or is it just a matter of concentration, or what's the?
It was a guy who's been a receiver coach most of his career before becoming a head coach. Drop passes do bother him.
Okay.
Yes. But you know, and so we just have to do a better job.
Yeah.
Of that. And concentration, focus, hand placement. There's a lot of different areas that can go into why you drop a pass. And you have to be able to see that on the tape, and you got to be able to correct that.